Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Farah Wahida binti Muhammad. My magic number is 1232184 from TLB 6. Today, I will make a short presentation about sources of international law and their hierarchical relationship. So first of all, we will went through to the definition of sources of international law. So it is origins from which rules of international law derive of their authority. So there are four main sources of international law. Article 38 Clause 1 lists four of them, which are international law conventions, which is treaties, international custom, general principle of law, and judicial decision and writing of publicists. So the first one is treaties. A treaty is a written agreement between states and that creates legal right and obligation. They are governed by the Vienna Convention of the Law of Treaties 1969, and examples include the United Nations Charter and the Geneva Conventions. Secondly, customary international law. So the second source, which arises from the consistent practice of states combined with their belief that such practice is legally obligatory. In the North Sea Continental Shelf case, the ICJ confirmed that customary law binds all states even without written agreement. Thirdly, the general principle of law recognized by civilized nations serve as a secondary foundation. They help the court decide cases when neither treaty or custom applies. So the example include principle of good faith, fairness, and pacta sunt servanda, which mean agreement must be kept. So fourthly, judicial decision and writing of publicists are subsidiary means to determine law. They do not create law but clarify and interpret existing rules. For example, decision of the ICJ. So for the three first sources is the primary sources, while the last one, which is judiciary decision, is the subsidiary sources. For example, in the case of Nicaragua and United States case, the ICJ applied customary law to determine the legality of the use of force, even when the treaty rules were not applicable. In conclusion, understanding these sources and the hierarchy is essential because they provide the legal foundation that governs relations between states and maintains global order. Lastly, for conclusion, sources of international law form the foundation of the international legal system. Treaties express mutual consent and binding obligation between states. Customary international law reflect consistent state practice accepted as law. General principle of law ensure fairness and fill legal gaps. Judicial decision and writing of publicists help interpret and apply these sources. Understanding the hierarchy maintain balance between states and global order. So these together promote peace, stability, and justice among nations. Thank you.